Start.
Good morning, children. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you all are safe. Yeah. Well, you must be missing school a lot, though. Yes, we do. We being teachers, we also miss you all, and of course, school. Yeah. So I don't know how long this is going to go on, but then we are trying as much as possible to communicate with you all so that you don't move away or go far away from your teachers, from your books, from your school. So that's why we are trying every way possible not to get detached from you all. Okay. Today's class is supposed to be your computer class, as per what I have been informed. Unfortunately, there has been a change in routine just for today or this week. All right. You all have been informed as well through WhatsApp group as well regarding there's been a slight change in the class. All right. Now, just to keep you informed here that ma'am was supposed to take computer class. It was her class, but due to certain circumstances, she was not able to attend come for the class. So I have replaced, but unfortunately, I won't be teaching you computers. So what I will be doing is, since you all know that I used to teach value education, one of my classes was value education with you guys. So today's class, what I'm going to do is, it's basically a story. You can see I've written it here, storytelling. So it's basically to do with a story being told to you, which includes moral values, moral behaviors. It's just not a story, okay? But in that story, you will be informed about moral ethics, about behaviors, all right? So this would be something kind of interesting for you, okay? I'll try to make it as interesting as possible. Okay, the first, this is from a different book. It's not from value education book, yeah? I've just got this book for you all just 2 days back from the shop. So I found one of the story very interesting in this. So there's just 3 stories in this, which out of which I've just chosen one story, which seems to be very, very nice and interesting. So the first thing, okay, I've chosen one of the chapter, which is Wise Bear. All right, Wise Bear. So you know what a bear is, right? I have some pictures on it as well. I'm just going to show it to you. Okay, here's a bear, a big bear, yeah. I don't know whether you all have seen a bear in live. I don't know, but yeah, it's very scary though. I've seen in zoo, like basically you see in zoo when you go to zoo and all that. All right. So I'm going to start with this chapter, with the story basically. Sorry, not the chapter. Wise Bear. Okay. In the countryside, there lived 2 friends. One of them was a carpenter and the other a tailor. So here it says countryside. What do you mean by countryside? Countryside is somewhat related to a village. All right. So countryside, far off, very isolated place, peaceful, full of greenery, with animals, around here and there. So you don't get that to see in cities or town life. So countryside is village. Okay. So in the countryside, there were 2 friends who lived together. Okay. So one was a carpenter. So carpenter is a person who makes things out of wood. So for example, table, chair, bed, wardrobe. Okay. So, and the other was a tailor. So, you know what a tailor is, isn't it? So, tailor is basically a person who stitches clothes. Yeah. Whatever clothes that you wear, it's been stitched. So, that is a tailor who does that. They had a very peculiar habit of keeping their work pending for the next day. Okay. So, peculiar is they had this very unusual behavior. So, some of us do have that habit, right? Even I do at times, not all the time, but sometimes we do have that habit of like, when you see, no, today I don't want to do it. It's too lazy for me. Look at the day. It's so boring. No, I don't feel like doing this work. Yeah, tomorrow there might be sun up, so I'm going to do gardening tomorrow, not today. So, similarly like that, these two had the similar kind of behavior. Very peculiar habit of keeping their work pending for the next day. That means if they had to do their work within the next 2-3 days, they used to have in their mindset that, oh, I still have 2-3 days left. I can do it tomorrow. Why should I do it today? Okay, so that is what happens. So that is a very bad habit. If you think that you have to do it today, the advantage is if you do it today, right now, okay, rather than keeping it for the next day, if you do it right now, what happens is you have your whole next, till the next 1 day or 2 days, you have the whole day for yourself. So in that, you can actually do something else, yeah, something fruitful that you can utilize your time, all right. So you are wasting your time that way, that if you are pending your work for the next day, you are wasting your time. You are not doing right now anything also, and you are keeping it next day, which is your whole lot of time has been wasted, all right. That's a very bad habit. But they were not lazy. But one more thing was there. They kept the work pending for the next day, but they were not lazy at all. They just, sometimes some people are there that who are not lazy, but they just don't want to do it, okay, because they think that they can do their work as quickly as possible, so they keep it for the next day. They simply thought that everything would be better if they left it for tomorrow. So like I just said, some of them are not lazy, but they do everything beforehand. At the last moment, they finish it at the last moment, but that is not the right habit of doing so, all right. But they thought, that's why they thought that everything would be, they would do it at the last moment, is because they thought, they always used to think that that would be the best option to do it, and they could do things better that way by keeping it at the last moment. Some people have that kind of a mindset, okay. So one day the tailor said, let us go for a holiday. So he tells his friend carpenter, let us go for a holiday. So the two friends closed their shops and went out. So both had opened as usual. They had come to their shops. They had opened their shops as usual. And one day, I don't know what happened, that tailor suddenly out of the blue, he says, let's go for a holiday. So maybe they were bored, sitting in the shop doing nothing and no customers. So they thought like, okay, fine, let us go for a holiday. Let's take a break. So they closed their shops, both of them. Both of them agreed and they closed their shops and went out. They had not gone very far when they met an old lady. So just walking, they were happy. They are going on a holiday, like not holiday, but for a picnic. So let's go, and they were just going, talking. And suddenly they come just few kilometers, just few meters away. They meet an old lady, okay. So the lady kept bees. So the lady kept bees, means maybe she was carrying on her hand a whole bunch of bees. So she said to the tailor, good day, my son. So she knew these two people, all right. So it's all from the same village, so they knew each other. So this lady was coming by, and while they were going for a holiday, so they kept so the lady, maybe they already knew that the lady used to keep bees at home, or she used to do she used to grow bees or something like that. So she said to the tailor, good day, my son. So like how we in the morning, how you all in the morning wish us, good morning, ma'am. So we also reply by back saying good morning, right? So similarly, this lady says, good day, my son, and added, would you make a new dress for me if I give you one pot of honey? So she says to the tailor, if I give you a pot of honey, so since she has bees, so maybe she used to make honey and sell it. Okay, so she says, I'll give you a pot of honey. Yeah, so can you make for me a new dress, please? So the tailor says, I will start working the moment I return. So she says here, so if you see here, do you see a lady, old lady? She's like quite quiet. She's bending down. She can't walk with the stick. She's quite old. And here is the two friends, carpenter and tailor. Okay, so this is the village type of countryside house. You get like this, wooden, a little slanty. Yeah, so this is all greeneries all around. So you see the picture here. All right. So this lady. So the tailor says, I will start working the moment I return. If you don't mind, please give me the honey in advance. So in those times in villages, they hardly used to have money. So they used to exchange. Like they used to exchange, if you buy this, then you give coins, or if not money, you exchange with something else. So here she is exchanging like with the tailor. So for making a dress for her, she's giving him honey, a bottle of honey. All right. So the tailor says that, yeah, sure, why not? I'll come and make it for you because I'm going on a holiday. I'll come back and I'll make it for you. But if you don't mind, please give me the honey in advance. So she says that to give the honey in advance for making the dress. The old woman gave the honey to the tailor. So she thought, okay, fine, right? So if you, let's say, if you live in a village and you have neighbors surrounded, so you have shops there, so you take something in credit sometimes, right? So you just ask for a chocolate or some rations or some sugar or something like that, and then you say that I'll pay you tomorrow, like just write it in the thing, something like that, okay? Or so something like that. So similarly here they are exchanging. Okay, so the old woman gave the honey to the tailor. So they went away. So that was it. They took the honey, they went away. When they passed through a small village, they found the people looking very worried and frightened. Okay, so after they spoke to the lady, they were walking because they were going for a holiday, for taking a break. So when they were going, they passed through a small village again. They were already in one of the countryside. So they were passing through, they were like, when you come across, you get small villages. Okay. So they just passed through a small village. They found people looking very worried and frightened. Okay. Everyone in that, when they were passing, like you can see, you can notice, and you can make out from their faces. All right. So on inquiry, the villagers told them, so they must have gone, like when something happens in our village or nearby in our locality, we just go and run and we just ask, hey, what happened? What happened? What is wrong? Right? So we try to inquire what happened. Why there is so much of chaos? So on inquiry, when they inquired about this to one of the people there, so the villagers told them, many of our men were killed by the bear who lived in the forest, nearby forest. So what has happened is there's a bear in that forest, in that small village. So there's a bear who is actually killing the men of that village. So which is terrible. So they are certainly supposed to get worried. So if some villagers come, some bear comes and tries to eat everyone, don't we get scared? We hide, isn't it? So the tailor said, oh no, it won't worry us. Then he's confidently saying, he's not even frightened. He's saying, oh no, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. That is nothing to worry about. Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's what the tailor said. Looks to be very confident. Then you must be a great hunter. There was an old man who says, when he replied that, because he seems to be not scared, frightened. Yeah, everybody is scared. So the old man says, then you must be a hunter, great hunter, because you are not scared at all. All right. So if you, then the old man even says, if you, oh sorry, oh yeah, the old man says, if you bring back the skin of the bear, I will reward you with 10 gold pieces. All right. So they want the bear dead, because they are killing lots and lots of men of that village. So what happens is, the old man says that when he says that you must be a great hunter, they want somebody to kill the bear. Yeah. And they are so frightened, plus so angry, that they want, they told that they thought that the villagers thought that this person, these two people, will help them. That's the reason why the old man offers these two friends that if you bring the skin of the bear, I will reward you with 10 gold pieces. So there were coins, yeah, that I will give it to you. So they are going to be very rich with those money. At this, the carpenter said, when the old man said this, the carpenter said, you will get the bear by tomorrow. So confidently he's saying that, don't worry, you'll get the bear by tomorrow. Kindly pay us the 10 pieces of gold right away. So here also, like how the old lady, he's not done the work, but he's asking the honey in advance. Here, okay, he's not got the bear, but he's asking the money beforehand, advance. Okay. So the old man agreed. The old man agreed and gave the gold coins to the carpenter. So the old man agreed, okay, fine, they seem to be very confident and they are definitely going to kill the bear. Okay. So the gold coins were collected, everybody collected, and the old man gave it to the carpenter. The two friends went into the forest. So if you see here, there's a village here where a lot of people are gathered, and here comes the two friends. All right. So they are very panicked and scared regarding the bear killing all the men of all the people of that village. All right. So the two friends went into the forest. They confidently went. They are not even scared. They went confidently into the village, into the forest. Oh, I've got coins now. I have to kill the bear. At once, they heard a terrible uproar behind the trees. So, which means that they could hear the bear sound. Okay, so they heard the sound, and that was behind the trees. That means the bear is ready for attack. And the big bear appeared in front of them. So finally, that bear was roaring behind the tree. So they were already into the forest. And then suddenly the bear comes like this. Oh, I'm there to catch you now. You are going to be eaten. Okay. The tailor jumped. So the tailor got so scared, okay, that he jumped nearby tree. So he climbed up the tree, okay. But the bear got hold of the carpenter on the ground. So the bear is very fast in running that he could not run so quickly. So the bear caught the carpenter. But the tailor was able to successfully climb the tree. The bear went down, then picked the basket of honey pots and went away. So what happened? He caught hold of the carpenter on the ground. So carpenter may be holding the basket of honey pots, or maybe the tailor, but might be when they were climbing, they were so panicked that the honey pot fell down. So the bear went down and picked the basket. Okay, so if you see here, yeah, the tailor is up here, carpenter is down here. They were climbing, but he could only pull the carpenter. Okay, so here comes the honey pot. So what happens is he just takes the honey pot and walks away. So if you see here, if you notice here, he's on top of the carpenter. Alright. So afterwards the tailor said, did the bear say anything in your ear? After the bear left, the tailor asked the carpenter, did the bear say anything into your ear? The carpenter said, yes, he did. So he asked, what did he say? So the bear said, do you know what the bear said? First catch the bear, then sell the skin. The tailor replied. So the tailor in that replied. He realized it something, because if you see, when the bear said, first catch the bear and sell the skin. If you remember, the old man, he had actually told, if you can bring the skin of the bear, I will reward you with 10 gold pieces. But what happened was, he asked for the money first, and then he promised to give him the bear skin. That's why the bear said, first you catch the bear, then sell the skin. The tailor replied, I should also make the dress before accepting the honey in payment for it. So now he realized that he shouldn't be taking money or anything else before finishing it. Alright? So the two friends realized that the bear made them wiser, think wiser. So all the time what he was doing was, he was always used to maybe taking the money or taking the gifts, and then finally making, whatever has to be done was to be done the next day or day after, which is very bad. You have taken the money, yeah, so there and then you are supposed to finish it. So if you don't take it, which means if you don't, let's say for example for killing this bear, if you wouldn't have taken the money, then you wouldn't be actually, even if you are not able to catch the bear, you won't be answerable to the villagers or to the old man. Yeah. So never take the money in advance. So the moral of the story here is basically, first acquire, first do your work and then disperse. Which means that first you do your work and take the credit, not take the credit beforehand and do the work. You never do that, right? Whenever you basically do the work and then you basically pay it. But it's very bad that you take the money beforehand and then you don't finish the work and you don't do the work on time. That's absolutely wrong. That's like you are not keeping up the promise. And the other person who has paid for it will think that, oh, I have paid so much of money and this person has not finished it. Yeah, it'll be a bad impression. All right. So from here, you should be learning that whatever if some work is given to you all, you are supposed to not promise also, but not take any credit also beforehand. All right. So first do your work, and once you finish it, then you give it, and then you take the credit. So that's how it works. All right. So so we finish the storytelling. I hope it was interesting subject. It was an interesting story. I tried to make it as interesting as possible. Hopefully, I should be able to come up with more if I do get another class with you all. All right. So here ends the day with the storytelling class today. So I wish you a good day and also be safe, and God bless you all.